Go on a little bit more. All right, you got it. Isn't she so cute? Look at her.
Give me a heart attack.
Shop truck out here doing a little bit of work. You guys always wondering, man, what in the world, 3 Wheels? Do you do anything with that truck? Yeah. Out here doing a little bit of work. You see it. We're gonna pull the square body in there, get the engine and transmission stabbed in from the farm truck. Also replace this glass too. Got it somewhat cleaned up inside. Got a little bit more cleaning to do. Got the majority of the stuff in here that was in there out of it. Really not a bad truck at all. Really not a bad truck at all. And the seat cover is actually pretty cool. It wasn't all torn up down there. Must be a real nice seat cover. Shame they didn't put a cover or something on there to protect it, because yeah, I like that. It's a cool color. Anyway, let's get this thing in the shop. All right, I got Miss 3 Wheels out here with me. She's gonna help me push this thing up here and get ready to get it in the garage. Since it's her truck, you know. You excited about your truck?
I am very excited.
All right. I got my parking brake.
I think we should pray before I do this.
Just nice and easy on the accelerator. Just put it in gear, just ease it up there. I'm not going to go all the way in the garage, so we got to pull the hood off. So we're just getting up there to the door. Yep. Now go ahead and pull up. No, you got plenty of room.
Saying that.
You got 3 or 4 feet. You just need about 2. Go on a little bit more. All right, you got it. Isn't she so cute? Look at her.
Give me a heart attack.
So I had said some really cool stuff before I realized that I hadn't started the camera, and yeah, here we are in the time lapse, putting the engine and transmission into Miss 3 Wheels square body truck.
All right, with the help of Miss 3 Wheels and everything that she helped me with as far as getting this truck, the other truck moved out of here and this truck moved in here and pushing it in and all that stuff. Thank you, sweetheart. Love you. This truck is for her. This is a square body, stacked headlight. This is what she wanted. I got stacked headlights. Yeah. Stacked headlights, turn on the inside. This is the truck that she wanted. The camper shell will be going away, but she wanted a square body. She didn't care if it was long or short bed. This is the long bed. So anyway, here we are. And this is the engine that came out of the race fed farm truck, or race fuel fed farm truck. Yeah, that one, the blue one. Yep, that one right there. We stuck it into the square body. Got the engine, the transmission, the drive shaft. We'll be putting in a new radiator because the one we pulled out was not so great. Other than that, the fan shroud, fan, all that stuff's going to be going back in here. We got it temporarily stuck down in here. Got it almost lined up. That's why my chain's still on there. Got a little tweaking to do to get the 2 engine mount bolts slid through there where they belong. Once those are slid in, we're going to go back there and take care of bolting up the transmission to the cross member. And I was able to actually slide it in without taking the cross member out. That was pretty nice. Due to a little bit of floor jack action down there, picked up the back of the transmission, so I was able to just slide it right down in there. So we'll take care of that. Getting the power steering hooked up. A few odds and ends. Got to do a little coupling on the exhaust because I ended up cutting the exhaust on the old truck, and I'm just going to weld it to the new one instead of trying to fool with the manifolds because, well, you know, that stuff can happen or they can break off. So that was just an easier way to do it. One coupling, weld it up, good to go there. And we'll take care of getting everything else hooked up and set back up the time lapse, and then we will hopefully get this thing back out of the garage because, yeah, it drove in, so it should back out. I mean, it didn't drive in. The other one drove in. So we should be able to back this one out. And then we'll be getting closer to getting Miss 3 Wheels square body on the road. Well, here she is. And man, oh man, talk about a task. So if you guys are unaware, which I was, the 74 C10 or square body and the 84 has some slight differences. One of which being that the drive shaft on this is the 1-piece. The one that came out of the other truck was a 2-piece, and there's no way to put the 2-piece in a 1-piece truck because the frames themselves have a different configuration. So I had to go find another drive shaft. So on the drive shaft that I picked up, I had to replace the yoke because it had been sent out of the junkyard. But the drive shaft works. Go hook up the back of the drive shaft to the rear end, and the yoke size on the rear end is different than the yoke size on the other truck. So I need a hybrid, one of those things, universal joint at the back in order to make the 74 work with the 84. And the one I got at the junkyard, I don't know what year it was out of because it was just sitting in the back of a truck and I just measured it and it worked. So needless to say, even having two trucks, both standard cab, long bed, both Chevy trucks, both square bodies, not the same. It was more than just some fenders and, you know, a couple, I mean, the radiator shroud, different, the fan shroud, different, multiple differences. So if you have two trucks that are identical, double check and make sure they're identical. Because I thought they were identical, but they were different enough that it took probably about 8 more hours to figure everything out. Whereas if it was just a plug and play, you slide it in, you bolt it up, you back it out of the garage, which is what we're about to do. So with that said, this is Mrs. Three Wheels truck, and it will be getting a paint job. We're going to take care of some wheels and tires on it. It will need some interior work because it needs a dash pad and carpet and a little bit of metal work in the driver's side door jamb. I think that was it. This is essentially how you swap an engine and transmission from one square body to another. Make sure they're identical, because if you don't, you're just going to shake your head like me. Anyway, it's late, kids are in bed, the wife's reading a book. It's prime time. What can I say? Transmission fluid. Well, she's got a couple leaks. Looks like we got a little tranny fluid, a little power steering fluid leaking. Little power steering fluid, little transmission fluid, got a little trail there. Looks like both lines instead of just one. And looks like one of the transmission lines is spitting. That tells me I got a line that's rusted. That's what that tells me. That was out of the other truck, so it probably got bent or something when I was swapping it out. What a mess. Well, I guess we'll get it cleaned up. It's a great time for some of that super clean oil dry. That stuff works really good. But we don't have any of that, so I guess it's gonna be kitty litter.